Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday, or wherever you're watching this from. It's gonna be a fun morning. We got about 6 inches of snow and then another 2 inches of rain right after that. Changed mid-storm. I was out plowing. We're gonna have to clean that out of the dump bodies. That's the fun part of this job, is when the snow comes. For you guys down in the warmer areas where it doesn't snow, you're lucky, because I have to clean out all this. And just a day before we got this snow, I had to clean out about 14 to 16 inches with a little frost crust over it out of the entire trailer. And that took me about, I don't know, an hour and a half. And that really set my day back. I was supposed to do 3 loads that day. I usually only do 2. Because I was out plowing all week. I was trying to play some catch up, and then I had a slight air leak from the trailer, so I didn't end up getting 3 loads done. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna check to see, because I also had a tire with a couple bald spots on it. On the tag axle, it locked up when I was hitting the brakes for a red light, so I told the mechanics about that on Wednesday. So they had Thursday and Friday to take care of that, so we'll see if that's taken care of. If not, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do, because the other trailer isn't really highway ready. There's a couple of faults. The ABS sensor's been funky, so it likes to throw an ABS code and a temper tantrum, so we'll just have to see once we get there. We'll go check the oil and everything, get the truck started and warmed up, start cleaning out that trailer, and then throw some calcium in there, because it's a little chilly this morning, and we don't need any of that sand sticking, because that creates a whole new different headache for me, and then we'd have to be shoveling that out, and the sand's a lot heavier than the snow, so I'll take the snow in the beginning. And it warms me up anyway. It's a workout, so. But I'll catch you guys once we get to the yard, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, we're on our way to the pit now to go get loaded. It was a little bit of a hectic start. I broke one of the hub seals. I had to get that replaced real quick, but we're on our way to the pit to go get loaded. One of my coworkers actually came in on the day that we had snow, and he shoveled out my trailer, so I didn't have to do that this morning, so that was good. It was nice of him. So I started his truck for him while he was on his way here. But it should be a nice easy day, running 2 loads. Alrighty, we're on our way down. I'm in Massachusetts now. I was gonna film once I got to the pit, but I had a couple of phone calls come through, so I had to answer those. So I didn't get any footage of me getting loaded, but we're on our way down to the first load. I'll try and get some when I go back for my second. But it's been pretty good so far. You know, leaving early in the morning's nice. The downside, when I had to get my hub replaced this morning, I get stuck at all the school zones. So I have to drop down to 15 miles an hour on these roads that are usually 45 and 55 miles an hour. So it kind of sucks a little bit, but slows me down a little, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm hoping that that 93 is not too backed up. Once I get to the 495-93 connector, everybody's going to work in Boston. Whew, that propane smells. 93 tends to be a little backed up. They open the breakdown lane up to the 4 lanes to speed everything up, but you know, it's still kind of a cluster at some points. Everybody trying to merge on, not knowing they can use the breakdown lane, trying to jump in front. Sometimes it can be a parking lot. Of course, everybody's on their damn phone all the time, so nobody's paying attention. There's usually a lot of accidents all the time, and then that backs everything up. Sometimes they have to shut a lane or 2 down. So it all depends on the day, especially because it's a Monday. Everybody's coming back for the week, and Mondays tend to be downside about going to this place is I have to get off the highway a little farther down because the exit that I usually want to take, it's got an overweight bridge. So I have to go down a few more, spin around, go on the next exit up, and get off the highway that way. I've seen guys with the tag axles, the tri-axle trailers, going over it, but there is a state trooper barracks right down the road, and you know, I see those guys do it all the time, but the last thing I need is to do it that one time and then all of a sudden I got the freaking cherries and berries behind me. So I just go down. It takes a couple extra minutes, but you know, it's one less headache that I'm gonna have to deal with if for whatever reason I pass by a statey. Merging back on here, nobody wants to let you go, but we have a pretty big opening. So when you get off, that's the thing about this exit over there, is there's no sign on the highway that says overweight or weight limit on the bridge, whatever the sign would say. And when you get off, it says all commercial vehicles turn left. And then once you get there, if you make the decision to get off the exit, it says overweight bridge and then overweight take a right. So they want all commercial vehicles going to the left except overweight. Alright, let's see if this stuff sticks. This trailer is really funky. It's not on my usual trailer, but I've had to start pulling this one, and I guess some guy had tweaked it before, so it kind of throws off your eyes, especially with these mirrors. For whatever reason, the optical illusion looks like it leans if you just use the mirrors, but then if you look out back, it's fine. But this one does like to lean once you get towards the top a little bit. So that one leaned a lot more than it usually does. Always make sure that your tailgate's locked, even though you're empty. Alright, now we're going to be on our way back to get a second load.